Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Nick Woodswalker Outdoor Adventures. And today we're gonna do another review and an unboxing. And I'm very excited because this is actually a request from one of our subscribers who is in Denmark. And he asked me to review the knife that he has. And that knife is the Fallkniven. Apologies for the pronunciation in advance because there's going to be a lot of foreign words in today's review. But I think all of you knife enthusiasts are pretty familiar with Fallkniven knives. This is the F1x Swedish Pilot Survival Knife, 4-inch, satin finish with a laminated COS blade, a Thermoron handle, and a detail sheath. So we'll get back to all of that. But for now, I'm very excited. This is a super knife, kind of like a high-end knife. So without further ado, let's open the box. So already you can tell that this is legit. There's the little sticker here that is a hologram. So that is a first sign actually that the knife that you have received or purchased is not a counterfeit. So this is the original box. Then when you open the box right here, another indicator is that the inside of the box is brown cardboard color, which is legit. This is how it should be. If this part was white, then I would be concerned that maybe this is not the original container, or this might be a counterfeit. But so far so good. Everything points toward the fact that this is legit. So let's open this. All right, so we're gonna put the box here on the side, and now we're gonna open the bubble wrap. All right, so here it is, and the first thing that you see is actually the sheath, and you can see here it says F1x. So actually, because this is the first thing we see, we can start by reviewing the sheath. The sheath is made of Zytel or Zytel. So Zytel is made of nylon, some kind of a mix of nylon and a polymer. Actually, this is made by DuPont, which is a US chemical company. So I'll get back to that in a minute. But this is what we're seeing here: a belt loop made of straight up nylon. And what do we have here? All right, fallkniven.com. Like the little design. There's also here, maybe depending on how you want to put it, different options to attach it to your backpack or whatever the case may be. But probably most people would just use it and put it in the belt. There is a lock here, a folding bracket, so that if this is not supposed to come out of the sheath as long as you have not opened this folding bracket with a strap. So now if I want to open and get the knife out, I have to do this, and now the knife should come out. Let's be careful. Oh, there we go. And here we go. So we have the knife. All right, so already we can tell this is a very good looking knife. I'll get back to the design in a minute, but already kind of looks like a beast. You can tell here F1x Fallkniven Lam COS. I'll get back to what it means in a moment. Let's start reviewing the blade. The first thing that jumps to the eye is that even though this is a survival knife, this is a very simple design. There are no jimping here, and there's no break zone pretty much There's no breaking point on this knife. It's just pretty smooth all around. Convex edge was a bit of a drop point, as you can see here, and just, you know, straight up to the edge. There's no secondary edge. It's just straight up. No secondary bevel. It's just all the way down. This is very sharp right out of the box. It is extremely sharp. You have to be careful. Full tang, fixed blade, obviously. Exposed tang, and it was even a little protruding portion here with a lanyard hole, which is good because on other models of Fallkniven knife, some people were complaining that the lanyard hole was a little bit too high on the pommel, and so it was kind of getting in the way. But on this model, which seems really perfect, the lanyard hole is really right at the end, so it doesn't get in the way. I was a little worried when I was reviewing the specs and the size. I thought this would feel maybe a little small in my hands because this is pretty thin, but actually it works. It works, and there's a nice finger guard right here and a little notch right here. So overall, I mean, it's not obvious, but it is ergonomic. There is little grooves for just your fingers. The back, the spine is straight. Although there's a little divot here. All right, but this is made to hold in your hand quite nicely. All right, there's a little plunge line here between the bevel choil, right, the end of the edge, and a little tiny ricasso right here. There's a little plunge line, so not sure if this is, you know, line cutter or just to help you really sharpen the entire length of the blade from one end to the other end. So again, very well executed, very cool design. The blade itself is 4" or 10 centimeters. The cutting edge is 3.6". The overall knife is 8.66" or 22 centimeters. The thickness is 0.2" or 5 millimeters, which is honestly, it's pretty nice. That's thick. That's thick. I like that. That's pretty good. 5 millimeters. And overall, it weighs 222 grams. So it's not too heavy, but it still feels, you know, strong and sturdy. This is not a small knife, and with that thick of a spine, I mean, you can choke it here and then really put your thumb, and then, you know, if you want to do some cutting or some precision work, but at the same time with that kind of blade, I mean, batoning is gonna be a no-brainer. It's not gonna go anywhere. So obviously, the star of the show, when you get that knife and you look at it, is definitely the blade. This is laminated cobalt steel, also called LAMCOS. And COS is actually, or COS, is actually a high carbon steel, to my surprise. So this knife is stainless steel overall, but it's laminated. So the inner layer, the heart, the core of the blade is COS, which is a high carbon cobalt spatial stainless steel. It has over 1% of carbon content. So here you go. This is a high carbon steel. The hardness is 60, so it is considered a hard steel. And it is produced in Japan by the Japanese steel company Takefu. It is referred to as cobalt special steel because it has a high amount of cobalt in its alloy. Very hard, very resistant, but easy to sharpen, and also resistant to corrosion, rust, and whatnot. So like I said, right, there's two components. It's laminated. So the COS special steel is the core, and then the outer layer of the blade is 420J2 stainless steel, all over the outer layer, which is supposed to improve the toughness, but also it is again stainless steel. The handle is made out of so two little parts here because the tang is exposed. So two little parts with little hex screws if you wanted to change it, or if they were to break, or maybe you wanted to have something custom made. So you can open that. I won't. Made of thermorun, which is a sturdy plastic with rubber-like properties. And that's pretty much how it feels. So, I mean, I was ambivalent because, okay, this is a high-end knife, kind of pricey, definitely $250 and up. And the blade is majestic, definitely. The handle, again, it's a plastic that feels like rubber. And then the sheath is some kind of other, nylon mixed with some kind of composite nylon mixed with some kind of polymer. I mean, it is nice, but it's the sheath and the handle are not high-end materials. They're well designed, they're well made, but they're not high-end. Really, the star of the show is the blade. But let me get back to that. First of all, that knife, super cool. Swedish design, Swedish brand. The sheath is made out of a compound made by DuPont, a company in the US. The blade itself made in Japan. So it kind of feels like they really went out of their way to find what they wanted, no matter where it is in the world. We want this type of steel for our blade. It's in Japan, let's go get it. We want this type of material for the sheath. It's in the US, let's go get it. I mean, you gotta give some credit to that. The other thing that I want to talk about is just the overall look and feel and the design of the blade. Again, let's remember, guys, this is a Swedish company. So what it tells me when I look at this knife and where I know where it's coming from, this is a simple, functional design, minimalistic approach, sleek, modern feel. That's what you're looking at right now. The aesthetic definitely embraces the, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Yagum or Lagum lifestyle. It's kind of a principle in, all over Scandinavia for design and lifestyle and just balance in life. Yagum means not too little, not too much. And that's the vibe that I'm getting, right? This knife, the design, really strikes a balance between functionality, modernism, comfort, and just overall it works. No crazy colors, kind of muted. The design is very pure, very decluttered with a less is more approach. So this this is my bushcraft knife, okay? You guys know this. This is the Bob from Fieldcraft. I mean, there's so much going on, right? You have, the sheath is here, the little belt loop that rotates 360. Okay, so this is not. Let's put it back in the sheath to make a fair comparison. So look at these guys, right? It's just you don't get the same vibe at all. And these both are survival, bushcraft, jungle, camp, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to use them for. The approach is very different, right? So here you have a little gadget, you have a whistle, the chain gate's in the way. It's kind of thick, it's kind of big, doesn't fit well in a bag. And then even if you just look at the belt itself, you got a lot going on, right? So you have the jimping here, there's made in USA here, then there's basically the whole story of the knife written all over the blade. You have, some divots here. You have the little notch for the friction fire. You have this for the ferro rod. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is my knife. This is the knife that I use. There's metal. Here's wood. Here, this is black. This is steel. And then this is like, I don't know, maybe brass. So there's a lot going on. Okay. Now, if you take this knife on the other end, there's not a lot going on, but it is very sleek, very pure. And just, you know, Scandinavian design. The only thing I would say, because again, they're going for this design, is that this little thing right here, I get it, right? You wanna put on it what it is. But what's too bad is that it looks like a sticker. So when I look at this, I'm like, oh, am I supposed to remove this? But no, it's not. It's in there. So I would say that's just a little thing, right? Such a sleek design. And then you have this, it kind of looks like a sticker to me. But again, I'm really nitpicking right now. So just to test the blade a little bit, this is just a little chunk of ash wood, and we can try and see. Let's do, you know, if we were to do some wood carving or some whittling, if we were to do like a little small stop cut, and then, I mean, it just gets right in there. So as you can see, it is really sharp and really gets in there. Like it's his job. Like, imagine if you were trying to, you know, to carve something. And then, you know, hasn't moved at all. So I'm just cutting in this chunk of wood right now, like it's nothing. It really feels like I'm basically just, you know, doing some shavings in an apple. So that's pretty nuts. And this is just, you know, out of the box, untouched. It just, you know, it just already super sharp. In 2 seconds, this gets in there like crazy. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up. The review of the Fallkniven F1x knife. Let me know what you think. Do you have this one, or do you have maybe another knife from Fallkniven? And let me know which one you have and what you think about it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know in your comments what else would you like me to review, or what other kind of video you would like me to do. And as always, have fun out there. Bye.